It has been way too long since we did a live stream. So, welcome back to Computer Compulsive, everybody. Holy cow, where the heck have we been? Well, March was super busy and we did not do any streaming from Marcintosh. So it's April the 2nd. I'm feeling kind of, I don't know, behind the eight ball. But you know what? Yesterday was Apple's 50th anniversary. What an amazing time this is. They had a big party down in Cupertino. Paul McCartney was there. All kinds of celebrations, new products being released. Have you checked out the MacBook Neo yet? That's pretty neat. I myself have a new MacBook Pro, M4 Pro, that I'm really excited about. And today's broadcast is going to be all about making the ultimate SE30. And so, as some of you know, the SE30 is my favorite Mac. And I'll just bring it up here. So this is a compact Mac. It's the most powerful compact Mac Apple made up until the Color Classic, which is behind me. But the SE30 is basically like a Mac 2X in a compact case. And so today we're going to take this apart, we're going to dissect this, and we're going to transplant all of this stuff into a Mac Effects transparent case. And so before we do anything, I want to pull the case out of the box so you can see what it looks like. So let's just change camera angles here so you can see what's going on. New streaming setup. I've got some my favorite Macs behind me. Up top we've got the 15-inch iMac G4 lampshade. Beautiful. It's got the Harman Kardon design speakers. Underneath that we have a Macintosh Color Classic that has a PowerPC card in it. We're going to do a video on that later. And underneath that we have the original 128K Mac. You can see it hiding there behind the SE30. So this is the original 128 from 1984. Pretty amazing. And then we've got some stuff behind me here. We're going to look at this in just a second because this is what we're going to build, or partly build today. I don't think we're going to get through everything, so I had to go in about an hour. But this box, this is like Craig's toy box here. So you might be thinking, well, that box looks similar to this box. And yeah, it does. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a little unboxing. I've been waiting to do this for months. I've had this for quite some time, but did not get the discipline to get this done until now. So check it out, Mac Effects. This is going to be a beautiful piece of kit. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to show it to you. How do I open this? I don't have any, I should have some tools here, but my apologies. Hope you're having a good day. It's snowing in Calgary again it's like fake spring tries to come by and then it disappears, and then it comes back, and then it disappears, and then there's a Chinook, and then it dumps a bunch of snow again, and it's like, that's enough. Thanks. Anyways, we're feeling blessed here in Calgary. It has not been too bad of a winter. It's been actually quite nice. So let's take a look at the overhead view. See if we can get that going. All right, so you can see there is some instructions here. We've also got 4 rubber feet for the bottom. And you might be asking, well, wait, Craig, what the heck is this? And glad you asked. So what this is, Mac Effects makes really cool stuff. And this is a transparent SE30 case. So these are pretty rare. They only made so many of these, and let's just get this out so you can take a better look at it. It's a box inside of a box, and a case inside of a bag. So this is our SE30, about to be an SE40 transparent case. I don't want to get too many fingerprints on it because it's so beautiful. Look at that. That is an SE30 transparent case courtesy of Mac Effects, and we're going to transplant some items from the other SE30 into here, but we also have some goodies behind me that we're going to play with that I'm super jazzed about. So let's go back to the other camera angle here for a second. So you can see we have Mac Effects case, and then we've got the original factory case. So we're going to take stuff out of here and we're going to transplant it into here. However, we are not going to transplant everything because we've got a cool add-on. So what I want to do first is I want to show you what we're going to do with some of this. And before I do that, I got a web page I'm going to share with you. And this is a shout out to Zigzag Joe. Zigzag Joe is a member of the Macintosh community, super smart, and he, oh, this is the wrong, what am I looking for? Here we go. He came up with a third-party solution to creating a color display for the SE30. So we have a complete kit here with an LCD, a video card, and a new improved analog board. So it's our task to put the new display into this transparent case. And so Zigzag Joe, if you are interested in third-party upgrades for your classic Mac, I would highly suggest you go to zigzagjoe.com. Zigzag Joe. Absolute brilliant person. He has done some amazing products here that give your old Mac new life. And when I say new life, it's like brand new. So check out Zigzag Joe if you're a Mac enthusiast. He's got some amazing stuff going on. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to set the transparent case aside just for a second. And we are going to take apart the original SE30. We're going to go to the overhead camera view, and I'm going to show you there's some goodies inside of here that we're going to put inside the transparent case. I'm really excited about this. I've been wanting to do this for like 6 months, and I just have been not on the ball. So we're going to go to the overhead view, and we're going to dismantle the old SE30 here. Now this SE30 is part of my collection. What's cool about this guy is when you flip it on its back, look at that. It says Macintosh SE. So this particular Mac was upgraded because when you got an SE, it was the same form factor as the SE30. So you could get an SE30 upgrade, but they wouldn't upgrade the back. So this is kind of a neat little anomaly. We have Macintosh SE. It came with 1 megabyte of RAM, 800K drive, and a 20SC hard disk. Now I do have a hard drive in here, but it seems to me that I was running Blue SCSI. So we're going to take this apart and see what's going on. Do I have a screw in here? I don't know if I do. We're going to try and pop this open. If we need to use a screwdriver, I will get one. Okay. That was easier than I thought. Do we have a screw in here? Yeah, we do. That's weird. Okay, anyhow. Also, because it is Apple's 50th anniversary, I thought it might be prudent if we took a look at some of the signatures inside of the case. When Steve Jobs designed the first classic Mac, they actually embedded. So if you look inside, you can actually see people's signatures inside of the casing. So the signatures were incorporated into the mold. Steve Jobs' signature is in there, plus a bunch of other people from the Macintosh design team. So that's very cool. If you ever have time, check out close-up images online, and you can see everybody's names. Trying to see if there's someone in here that I'm familiar with. Anyways, they're all here. So all the people who worked on the SE30, their signatures are in the casing, which is super cool. Oh, there's Daniel Kotke, right on. Yeah, if you've done some history studies, I encourage you to get the David Pogue book, The First 50. It's a new book, and it's all about Apple's first 50 years. So let's take a look at what's going on inside of this guy. This is this is heavily packed. And part of the reason it's packed is because I've got a riser card in here. And I also have what's called a Micromac accelerator. So we're going to take some of this apart gently. We've got a CRT here, so we've got to watch out for the high voltage. We also have an additional fan because the accelerator card gets quite hot and it needs to be cooled, otherwise it will burn itself out. So, well, it's not very good the way that blue SCSI's in there. I could short out. I should do something about that. This is a factory logic board. We're going to take that out in just a second. And yeah, lots of deconstruction going on here. So I'm just going to gently take out the accelerator card. Because we can't take this out all in one unit. It's just not going to work. Okay. This card is crazy cool. It is it's very fast. It basically renders the SE30 as fast as like a high-end Quadra. You'll see that I've attached a we got a fan on here, but I've got a resistor so the fan goes a little slower. Can't remember. Anyways, we'll get this out of here. We do want to keep that fan. The Carrera 040 accelerator card, pretty rare. There can be a cache card here, but the auction that I got this did not come with the cache card. I don't have to have it. It'd be nice to have it later, but for now we'll just live without it. 1995, made in the USA. So we're just going to unplug the fan here from the analog board power connector. I said want to be careful with the high voltage here, not to. Okay, put that aside. Yeah, we do have a hard drive in here, and we have this blue SCSI, which is kind of in a weird place. I don't know why I would have done that, but anyways. Ooh. Yikes! Don't ever do that again. So this is a blue SCSI V2, and blue SCSI V2 is cool because it has Wi-Fi capabilities. You can actually get this crazy old computer on a network using the Raspberry Pi in conjunction with the rest of this. So there is also an activity light jumper on here, so we can put the LED on the front so that it looks like it's doing something outside. We'll put the blue SCSI aside for now. And now we're going to take out the riser card. So the riser card is something that allows you to plug in accelerators and additional PDS cards. Technically you should screw that in. There's 2 screw holes to keep that into place. So this is an accelerator or riser card, and the Carrera plugs into here, but you also can plug in another PDS card here. Now I have another PDS extender that lets you plug in 2 cards at one time, but you can only have so many addresses. So if you see here, there's 9E, A, and B. You can't have 2 cards on the same address, otherwise you'll get a conflict and the computer will not start. So we're going to put that aside. And that also, on the, where's the breakout card for that? Oh, it's on the other machine. There's a breakout card that goes on the back that's got like a VGA output and an Ethernet output, because that's an Ethernet card. So in here we do have an actual hard drive, and why it's not plugged in, I don't know. We're just going to disassemble this because I want to start focusing on putting together the other system there. And if I'm lucky, this is socketed, which is awesome. So the reason I'm happy this is a socketed, I'll show you this in just a second. So I'm kind of babbling here. We're going to unplug all the connectors to the logic board, and we're going to take the logic board out. Take the SCSI cable out of here, just gently vertically. Floppy connector comes out like so. Okay, and then we've got a big Molex plug here that goes to the analog board. So we're going to need to unhook that. It's kind of awkward. Yikes. Okay. The only problem with this machine is everything is tight. It's very smashed together. So we've also got a speaker connector in here, but we're going to just slant this out ever so gently, like that. And then, yes, there's the speaker connector here. All right, so good news with this is this has a socketed processor. And the reason I'm happy about that is because I want to put my, we're going to take this logic board out and put it into a different machine. So we have 3 SE30 logic boards. This one has a custom ROM, this black, it's called GG Labs Maxim. This allows you to run newer OSs and it'll bypass the RAM check. It also has a full 128 megabytes of RAM. So there's 8 16 meg SIMs here, which is incredible. For 1989, 128 megabytes of RAM is ridiculous. It's so much. So that is a beautiful socketed SE30 logic board. You can see here, this is the 68030 processor. It's only clocked at 16 megahertz. We're also going to put a battery replacement in here because the old batteries would tend to leak and they'll wreck the whole board. It's no good. Keith has actually rebuilt a couple logic boards. I'm going to show those to you right now. So I'm just going to set this aside for a second. I think I've got everything out of here that I want, possibly. Be careful with these guys. Okay, now I'm just going to reach behind me here. You'll see I've got some additional logic boards. But first, just want to take a look at these instructions here. So Zigzag Joe built this kit, and it includes a PDS card for video, a dummy analog board, LCD assembly. It's got an actual color screen in it, I/O plate, and 2 M3 Phillips screw nuts, VGA female cable, so you can hook it up to any VGA monitor. And I happen to have a Sony display here that has VGA built right into it, so looking forward to seeing that. A Berg power cable attached to the LCD for power, and then we got Phillips screws for mounting the LCD to the front of the transparent MacFX case. I won't bore you with all the instructions, but he's given us very detailed instructions on how to hook up the fan, how to hook up all the other connectors. And I'm super excited. This is like Lego, but much more interesting. So we'll put that aside for now. I want to show you these other logic boards for a second. Okay, this is, Keith rebuilt this, and this is a SE30 reloaded board. So what a reloaded board is, you'll see, if you look here, we have our friend Ball from, sorry, I'm not very good at this inverted thing. So he lives in Germany. He's super smart. He reverse engineered this logic board, and this one is black. Keith completely rebuilt all this, so it's like a brand new SE30 board if they made it today. Absolutely stunning. But what's really cool is I also have another one here, and this is fun. Check it out. It's purple. So what I want to do is I'm going to put the purple logic board inside the transparent case. And the good news with that is I don't care about the socketed processor. We're going to put my accelerator in the other one. But we've got this red thing here that's a real-time clock replacement. I don't think we even need to put a battery in because this is in here. So this is a brand new SE30 reloaded board, but this is cool, funky purple. I think it's awesome. So we have a trio of SE30 boards. We have a factory SE30 board. That's the way Apple made it in 1989 or 88 maybe. And then we have the black reloaded board. You'll notice that the SIM slots are sort of alternating because we didn't have enough. So I made him do it white, black, white, black. So it's kind of got this cool little zebra effect. And then we have this beautiful, stunning purple board. And this is the one we're going to put or wait a minute. Am I confused? Might be confused. No, we're going to put the yeah, I can't remember. I've got all sorts of things in my head right now, but some SE30s I want to accelerate, others I want to do the grayscale mod. We do have the grayscale card for that. So what I want to do now is we want to open up the LCD display and I want to mount it inside of the transparent case. So let's go ahead and get that going. I'll just change the camera angle for a second. So we got 3 SE30 boards to play with, which is all kinds of awesome. And we're going to now just take the first, the Mac Effects case that we just opened up. We're going to gently insert the, let me put this someplace where it's not going to get broken. Where is that? Okay, it's right here. So we've got, this is the LCD that we're going to open up, and we're going to put the LCD inside of the case. That's the first thing we're going to do. I do have to go in a bit, so I can't be here forever, but if you don't get it started, it never starts. So that's why I put part 1 in the live stream. All right, let's gently take this guy. And wow, that's stunning. I don't know if they're going to make another run of these, but thankfully I got this one. So we will gently take the front off. I'm going to get some I'm going to borrow this pink bubble wrap here with some PDS slots. I'll just put those aside for now. Okay, so we're going to gently take the front off of this case here, but I want to put the padding down first. Hope you folks are having a good day. This is a very exciting project for me. Keith and I did a video on the Color Classic LCD mod, and it was quite involved. I think this will be a little simpler. So we will put this over here for now. And we're going to gently put that on the padding so we don't scratch it up. Now, the next thing we're going to do, I've been looking forward to this for a while. We're going to open up the LCD and we're going to just gently place it where it's going to live on the front bezel. So I'm just going to switch to the overhead view again. So you can see here we've got the front fascia of the SE30 case. And over here we've got Zigzag Joe's LCD. It says, "Do not open with sharp object." Okay, well, the reason he put that there is because if you tried to cut this, you might damage the LCD, and we do not want to do that. Because this kit was kind of expensive, but it's worth it because Zigzag Joe has made these amazing products so that we can take our Macs and make them do things they were never really designed to do. And I believe that Zigzag Joe also reverse engineered some other video cards that allows us to have bigger, better resolutions on external displays, which is really cool. Video cards for the SE30 are rare and costly, and this is sort of a modern replacement. So we're going to gently pull out the display here. Okay, we successfully extracted the display. So let's gently take this out of the bag, and we've got some cabling here. We've got an inverter board. Yep, and we've got some cables. We got to run one cable to the other board when we get this set up, but we'll carefully do that. Okay, so let's gently take this out. Don't get any fingerprints on it. Look, it says Zigzag Joe 2024. That's this has been sitting for a while, but my thanks to Zigzag Joe for making this super cool kit. This is absolutely crazy cool. It says here, trying to determine the manufacturer of this particular display. Not totally sure, but my understanding is it looks really good. There's a brightness knob on the back here, and you can also, he set it up so you can hook up a potentiometer on the front like the original Mac to rotate for the brightness. We're not going to worry about that right now because that's another purchase, and it's not a must-have, it's a nice-to-have. But anyways, so you can see here that is the front of the display because it's got the protective cover on it, and we've got the mounts on the corner that are going to meet up with the mounts on the front fascia. So let's take a look at our instructions so I don't do this incorrectly, because I'm pretty good at doing things incorrectly when I'm getting excited. Okay, what do we got here? So it looks like the power cable is going to go down, seems. I don't want to put it upside down. Yeah, okay. So we're going to just gently put this down. Let's see what that looks like. You might want to take the protective cover off as well. We've got the screw holes look like they line up. That's good news. Let's go get those now. Where is our stuff? Here it is. This is so exciting. I literally this is going to be so cool having a color SE30, but then we're also going to accelerate it, so it's going to be like an SE40. It's going to be blazing fast and color, and I just can't wait. It's going to be great. Okay, we got 4 screws here. These screws are going to hold the display onto the front bezel there. So let's go ahead and gently start that off. This is this green is the ribbon cable that gently goes into this connector here, and then that's going to plug into the VGA port that's going to go out the back. It's going to be really cool. So we're going to gently just start. Let's maybe have a look at that protective cover and see if we need to take that off now. Yeah, we might want to do that now, possibly. We got some tape here, and once the tape comes off, okay, and you can see there's a printed bezel here that matches the curvature of the front panel. So a couple little things in there. Be very gentle with this because I don't know how much this thing costs, but I will say it's probably one of the more expensive parts of the kit. All right, we're gently just going to get these screws started here. Don't want to go too tight, otherwise you might crack the plastic. So we want to be careful not to do that. I'm almost nervous putting these in. I don't know if... Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Hang on. No, give me another second here. I do not have... Hang on 1 second. One more time. Hang on. Okay, I think I got it figured out here. Yeah, I don't know if these screws are. They don't feel. You know what? I don't like this. I'm going to try the other screws that I have. This is not. This doesn't feel good to me. Not feeling good about that. Sorry, everybody. We're going to try something else here. Hold on 1 second. I have some other screws here, but it's not long enough. Well, I'm feeling puzzled about this. I might have to pause the broadcast and come back at another time, everybody. My apologies. Anyway, I'll show you a couple other things that I do need to run. So we got the screen's going to sit in here. And then what we also need to do is we got to take this board here. This is the analog dummy board, and this is going to go inside the computer as well. What I might do is just see if I can attach the power supply to this board before I let you go, just so that we got a little bit more than a couple things done. So this is a brand new Zigzag Joe designed this board for this LCD upgrade specifically, and I purchased this. This is a brand new Stratus technology power supply for the SE30. It's got more oomph than your standard power supply. So let's see if we can just attach this onto here before we shut down our broadcast here. I've got some screws that I believe these are designed to hold this on. So we are going to just pop this upside down for a second. And we just need to line up the mounting holes if we can. There we go. Okay, and this is I want to be careful that we get the screws lined up. Sometimes when people 3D print things, they're not quite as accurate as you'd like them to be. As long as they bite and hang on, that's all I care about. Are we doing this right? Is this the right way? Yes, it is. Okay. So we'll just tighten those up. We're attaching the brand new power supply to the brand new pseudo analog board. And this will guarantee that our SE40 color will be reliable and have lots of power delivery. We're going to try running a couple different cards in here just to see, but we'll test the voltage and how much things are pulling. Okay, so that is done. We have the power supply attached to the dummy board here, and then you can see the on-off switch, so that's good. Yeah, that looks about right as far as spacing goes. And you can see this Molex plug here, this goes into P3 PSU, so we're just going to plug that in right now. There we go, and just tighten that up a bit more, just a little bit more, just so it's not wiggling. Okay, so that's a good thing. So we've got the new power supply hooked up to the Zigzag Joe analog dummy board. So that's exciting. I'm going to sign off right now because I do have to do a couple other things, but we will come back to this. Want to revisit these threads in the front fascia. The screws just feel like they're a little too tight, and I do not want to crack the plastic on my new case. So just going to have a look at this for a second. So you see that's what it's going to look like once the screws are in properly. We're going to have a lovely color display in our SE30/SE40. So that's pretty exciting just to look at even right now. So for Computer Compulsive, my name is Craig. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you're watching on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm just going to flip over to the other angle here. Like, share, and subscribe, and happy Marcintosh, even though it's April, my apologies, and happy 50th anniversary to Apple and all the amazing things they've done in the first 50 years. God bless you guys. I will talk to you later, and